Welcome back, whippersnappers. This is Gramps. We're in Shapez 2 challenge mode, the dimension update. And last episode, we got our colors working here in our MAM, but not up to the speed that I want. You can see here, this guy is an uncolored shape, and we're getting full belts coming through. All right, this is a full belt. But up here, where we're coloring things, it is a partial belt. Very, very slow. What's our actual speed here? Yeah, exactly. It's like 30. I think it's gonna, if I left it here for a while, it would end up being about a 33% speed overall. So we need to speed that up. And what's going on is that these painters are just running out because they're only being supplied by one tank of fluid. So to check that out, let's do some testing here. I'm going to bring in another belt of fluid. I'm also going to copy this up here. Put that in there. And we already had that connector for the output. Let's see if this helps speed things up a bit. Yeah, this one is filling up slowly. Oh, we just met another shape. Now we're going to do one that's not colored. So that was our automatic guy. Very exciting. All right, so this one is, yeah, getting full. Oh, but then, of course, now it's not. Now it's getting full because there's nothing going in there. So let's take this and place it up here and do another belt. Coming in from the top one. So if we get 3 belts worth coming in, I'm just going to cut this off for right now. I'm not concerned about it. And in fact, let's do this. I'm going to put a trash can right here. Just to drain those out. Although, here. Let's cut that off too. All right. So once this is completely full, in theory, we would now have 3 vats of green filling these pipes. Now, each of these holds 3,600 liters, 2 of which would be enough to fill a pipe. A pipe moves 7,200 liters per minute. Because I think that, in theory, once these are full, then they'll be sending enough fluid down the pipe to get into our painters and have them topped off all the time. And if we do that, again, 7,500. So these guys are using 450 per painter. So that's 900 for 2. That's 1,800 for a layer. And overall, 1,800 times 3 is 5,400. So again, that's less than 7,200. So in theory, one pipe, which is what we got here, one pipe coming in of fluid that comes up and is split should be more than enough to keep these guys topped off. Okay, so these are all full. All right. I'm going to take you and boop you down there. And I'm going to just put in this with color G. And let's see what happens. So you can see the pipes are full of green. And it will take some time, but then everything, I think it should go through and be fast enough. Maybe not. We'll see. It's looking like not. Yeah, it's at 33% still. Hard. All right, so let's try this. I'm gonna disconnect these two, the top two. And I'm just gonna run a pipe. This is purely for testing purposes. And disconnecting the top one. Yeah. All right, so we do have to use more pipes. I don't understand why that is, but okay. That is the way it is. So, all right. Let's cut this off again. And let's redo some stuff here. First of all, cutting you. All right. So here's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to triple all these guys up, which is fine. But then they're not gonna share one pipe going out. They're gonna need to come out and be triple layer pipes here. All right, so one thing I'm going to do too is take these guys. I'm going to move them to here. Okay, so then this is going to fill in here. So this is going to become a whole holding tank for yellow. And then we will do the same thing for magenta. And cyan. And white. All right. Then what what we need to do is have the output of these come and join in here, which is where we'll have all the outputs rolling. Oh. Yes, the output of this was going into here. All right. Deal with that later. Okay. Red and blue. Now I had these little offshoots we can kill off. And again here, we're going to jump these two. Oh, I see a problem. So I want to do the jumps after or before the storage. But this would mean I would have to jump here. All right. On the upper layer. All right, in theory, I think I can bump these guys back one. Does that help? I didn't think it does, because we still don't have room to put a jumper in here. All right. Can we do it sideways? I can't. I don't want to block there because of the ramp going through. Okay, and this was yellow, which is red and green. Now, here's the other thing, is I was pulling these pipes from before it goes in. I don't necessarily want to do that. I'd rather pull it out from the output. That way the input is clean, comes in, and gets all 3 lanes worth. and doesn't do that. Okay, all right, I'm gonna come back to that. You know what we could do is this. Okay. So that jumps that. That gets us green. That doesn't get us any other color. It does not get us red, does not get us blue. Because if we have that coming through for there, clearly this little doohickey is not going to do anything. That was a thought I had last episode. All right. By the way, if watching me struggle is a fun thing for you, please feel free to like and subscribe. The like really helps. The subscribe really helps. It's all good. What if... No, we can't do that on the... Oh, you know, we can. All right, so my idea too is maybe not great. But my thought is that I would only need one set of these mixers to fill the entire stack. Right? And I don't know that that's mathematically sound. Because, yes, that means it would flow in fine for a while, but that it's going to refill slowly. And I suppose we could do a quick test of that. Let's do a quick test of that. I don't want it to jump after the thing, so let's, yeah, just a test. Empty out that. All right. So there's that. And that. And now I need to make sure this is still getting fluid. Yes, we're still getting red and blue from one source. I'm going to change this to magenta. And let's start it up again. Now it should start off by going pretty quickly. but I want to see if it slows down after a bit. So quickly here we get up to full speed, 180 per minute. You can see they are all going down. They're not quite getting refilled. This might be enough to last us for a while. It depends on the number of shapes needing to be delivered, right? You know, right now we're only delivering 2,200 shapes, but eventually it becomes, you know, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. I think that once that number gets up there, then this system kind of fails. That said, oh yeah, look at this. It's empty pipes here. Why is that empty pipes? Are we... Oh, because we cut off the red. Let's get that going again. Right. Not a great test because that got cut off. Let me reset it. And yeah, we're just going to do this. Okay, we're going to reset this test and try it again once these guys are filled back up. All right, experiment part 2. Again, full belts right away. These guys are going down pretty steadily. And you can see these are struggling to keep up and are not keeping up. That said, I think it will work for a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean, you know, for quite a while. Yeah. So the question though is, can we pipe into these guys after the raw color fluid storage? So I think I would feel better about that. And that would not work there. All right, so let's cut off experiment time. And you can see, yeah, these guys are all at like half speed. That said, you know, that was still chugging along full bore. Okie-doke. So, not gonna do this. We're gonna keep that connected. And let's get these guys out of the way. All right, here, let's just do this one first. This layer is not too much of a problem. except for the part where it is. And get rid of that. All right. And yeah, the bottom one is just going to go straight in there. This one will go straight in there. And then the third row one will just go straight in there. But now, before we build out that third row, we've got to move these little guys around. Let's hide that. This is our green going over here into teal. Or cyan, sorry. See, optimally, we could take these guys and do that, right? And triple it up. And again, coming into each of these. But we can't do that. Because of the blockages, right? Yeah, because there'd be no way to get red into here if we did that. I believe. Once we jump it in, like so, but that's not bad. Again, that type of jump would work. But then we're gonna have to just double these up the whole way. Now, we can do this. But again, I don't think we can do this in our first layer. Oh, maybe though, if we move these. Like so. So half of these would be supplied before the before the storage, and half would be supplied after. If we could do this. Because then red could come in like so. And I think if we take all this, actually, here. Take all this and turn it around. like so. And jump it all the way over here. This could work. This could work. All right. Don't need to jump this one, do we? All right. So that is this. Now I'm just rethinking all of this stuff. I'm just gonna paste that guy over there. All right. So what if we did this? Oh, it's there. And this one is magenta, which also feeds off of red. And let's take this and, oops, copy it down. I like how after saying, no, I'm just going to live with it, I'm definitely not going to live with it. Okay, so let's do this. Let's double up this red. And I'm gonna... I'll just jump to there for now. And do this. Okay, and that is filling those guys. Same thing with this. If we take it, put it there. Okay. Now this one is magenta. So how do we get blue into here? Right? Right there. Okay, so let's come back here and do a blue. Okay. All right, so I get this magenta now coming in. So then, this is, we're gonna have to move this wire, but that is doable. All right, not worried about that. We have magenta. Now we need to do cyan. So how do we get green all the way down here? Well, I think I see a path. That path is here. Okay. So, how do we do... If I have green coming down here, it's got to jump over this. And that's 5 spaces. And that here it's 5 spaces, or, you know, here it's this. I could tighten this up to make it 4, but down here, I can't. Alright, so we'll have to figure that out. And then it comes into this. Alright, so let's get rid of this. And then it's going to go into this, where we have a little conflict. We'll worry about that when we get there. Okay. Cyan. In theory, it's here. And cut this red off, which is coming in for white, because that was cyan plus red. Okay, so the blue can come in this way. Yeah, the red can figure this out. Alright, so we need to get blue and cyan in here. Blue, easy. Alright. Alright, so that's blue coming in. How do we get the green? So again, green could come in this way. can jump there. But it cannot jump here. And again, I'm just keeping in mind the other layers. All right. So, green, how are we going to get you over there? Can that come in there? Okay, okay. All right. That does it. Because we have green jumping here. And then jumping here. But it goes to there. Just gonna pull that out. So this could be like that. Okay. And right here. Excellent. Now let's get green in the main hopper. Oops. Oh yeah, that's right. We don't have that one yet. In fact, let's do that with red. Get that all wired up. Oh my goodness. Okay. So this is all looking pretty good. And I think it works at the lower level. The only thing we need now is white. And for white, we need some shenanigans. Okay. So for white, we need cyan and red is what we're going to do. All right. Oh yeah, also with this. We're going to do that. and that. Okay. So that's filling up cyan. Now we have our last bit. I'm gonna cut it. I'm just gonna leave it. All right, and this one we can do up higher here. Right. Uh-huh. We could do that. Oops. Oh, we could do this. Yeah. We just have it go right in there. In fact, we can have it go right in there. Okay. And then here. And then another single jump. Okay. Looking good, looking good. Okay, I think this is gonna do it. Now we just need to do this. Okay, I'm gonna take you and move you out there. You. All this. I'm gonna scooch up one. Like that. Okay, not worried about that. Alright. That gets us our signal back. And the reason we do that is, again, we want to jump after, we don't want to jump liquids here. So we're going to put that there, and that there. Okay. Then we're doing this. Before we do that, let's bring in this top pipe. Okay. As good as good. Oh boy, I tell you. Sometimes it's stressful doing these builds on the fly without a full battle plan. Alright, and what I'm gonna do is take this. Alright. On these, we can go up a layer. Yeah. Oh, can we though? Alright, this might be too close quarters. Let me see here. We could go 3. Alright. Well, we can't. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. We could move this. Oh. No. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. And moving all these down 1. Give more space for the wiring. To connect all these guys. So and then here. So this one is color yellow. Alright, and that's what I need to do for each of these. Right there. Right, this one is color magenta, so this should all light up. Yay. So this would turn this valve on. This one is color cyan. All right. Now we're just going to run these into the system. And now this is going to turn all the pipes magenta because these valves are on. And one more to do. It is our friend white. So we need to get this signal to here because it's also used obviously for the, hey, are you uncolored? Connects into there now. I think we can take this and go down here. And we can rework that. Okay, so that's all lit up. Now, how do we get this signal over here? It's so close. We could go down and around, which is not horrible. And we can do that. So, why is that here? It's not running yet. Okay. We take one of these valves. Flip it. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go this way. There we go. This one is now fully wired up. And let's take it for a test spin. So what I expect to see is that this is full speed immediately, and that this 3600 doesn't significantly go down. Full speed, 3600 is not moving at all. Now I'm going to switch this to a single color red. And still kicking out purple, magenta for few, but now red immediately. At full speed. Red not going down. Now, white. Boom. Immediately switched over to white. And look at that. Like, immediately full speed white. So, I love it. I'm loving this. Now I have to copy it to all the other quadrants. So let's take this and move him back into place. And immediately it's uncolored. So this is all, nothing. Which is great. Great. That's right, because this is an uncolored, completely uncolored layer or shape that we're doing right now. Look at that. Oh, I just love that so much. How this is now the largest, the highest level. It's at 4.16 million shapes have to come in to increase it. I love it. Does this ever go above 10? I don't know. Alright, now we can get rid of you. Okay. This is looking great to me. And I think I'm going to copy it up off screen. But basically, I just have to take all this and fit it in here. But because we, moved things around, it's not a problem. We've got room for 4 pipes going through here. Got room for yeah, 4 pipes coming through here because that first one, it's going to peel it off anyway. So that's fine. And then easily room here. Okay. So I'm basically going to come down here and delete everything. And just do a full copy paste. Up and up and up. And so another thing too is that last episode I mentioned that I was building the mixer as opposed to individual shapes. And I feel like I was implying because it's harder to do. And yeah, it's harder to do, but there's a benefit. And the benefit is that it's a smaller footprint. So if we were to do individual shapes, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'd be at 8 for just color. So that would move everything out another 2 spaces this way. Which, yeah, I mean, yeah, we've got plenty of real estate, okay? But I just wanted to build it compact. And that 8th one is a trash bin, a shape verifier. So that is something that we're gonna do because I think we have our shape and color, right? Shapes and colors. Yep. Oh, but it's gonna have to be quadded up. So that might be another thing. I will point out, so again, with all these different channels, transmitting and receiving, there is an issue, and I've not gotten to that issue yet. You'll see it when we get to the other layers. It's not a huge issue. It's a one-time deal with it issue. That's okay. All right, my friends, we're here. We've done this. This is glorious and wonderful. I'm gonna build all the rest of this up and have it going. But I think I'm going to call color done. We are done with the coloring, the color mixing portion of the MAM. Next episode, we're gonna come in. I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna let it run. And while it's running, I'm going to start building out layer number 2. Okay. All that is going to require is one little different blooper down here. But then maybe another substation. So we'll figure that out. We're going to get that going next episode. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. This is Gramps signing off.